Congratulations, President Trump. The charter is now in full force, and the Board of Peace is now an official international organization.
Okay, so welcome to the annual meeting of the Board of Peace 2026. And yes, this is actually real. We were just talking about this a couple days ago. Trump wants to basically replace the UN. It says here, Trump's Board of Peace about to be unveiled in Davos. All EU nations except Hungary have refused to join. Great. And here's the logo for the Board of Peace. It's basically a copy of the UN logo except dipped in gold. And this one features the United States as the center of the world and excludes a lot of other countries. And don't forget, if you want to join, pay Trump $1 billion. You also got this. This is from Sarah Eisen. She says, here in Davos, Jared Kushner, so that's Trump's son-in-law, right, the husband of Ivanka, unveils a vision and plan for Gaza, encourages investment. So basically they want to take over Gaza and other places. We heard rumors about this, but this is evidently here out in the public.
Really, because of his heart, he wants to do this. And we've developed ways to redevelop Gaza. Gaza, as President Trump's been saying, has amazing potential. And this is for the people of Gaza. We've developed it into zones. In the beginning, we were toying with the idea of saying, let's build a free zone, and then we have a Hamas zone. And then we said, you know what, let's just plan for catastrophic success. Hamas signed a deal to demilitarize. That is what we are going to enforce. People ask us what our plan B is. We do not have a plan B. We have a plan. We signed an agreement. We are all committed to making that agreement work. There's a master plan. We'll be doing it in phasing. In the Middle East, they build cities like this in 2-3 million people. They build this in 3 years. And so stuff like this is very doable if we make it happen. Rafah will start with. This will show a lot of workforce housing. We think this could be done in 2-3 years. We've already started removing the rubble and doing some of the demolition. And then New Gaza. It could be a hope. It could be a destination, have a lot of industry, and really be a place that the people there can thrive, have great employment.
Who's on this Board of Peace? Take a look at this.
Please welcome the chairman of the Board of Peace, the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
All right, there he goes, Board of Peace, and it's okay. This is him introducing the Board of Peace a bit. Listen to this.
I want to thank you all for being here. Yesterday we had an incredibly successful visit with many of the world's top business leaders, the best, the biggest, most successful, and foreign heads of state. And now we have one of the most important meetings of all, the official formation of what is known as the Board of Peace. But I want to thank you all for
the Board of Peace. How did we get on this timeline, guys? It's just so South Parky. People were making fun of Trump and Greenland and basically, I guess, making videos about the animals and such fighting against Trump. Because I guess there's the eagle, right, trying to get Greenland, and then people were doing this stuff. I'll just show you a bit, yeah. So not everyone's on board with the Board of Peace. Greenland's not, nor are the animals or the dolphins and tortoises or purposes, basically. This is Trump again talking about the Board of Peace on who's on it and who he likes and who he doesn't like.
Let me see. Yeah, every one of them is a friend of mine. Let's see, a couple I like, a couple I don't like. No, I like, actually, this group, I like every single one of them. Can you believe it? Usually I have about 2 or 3 that I can't stand. Usually I have 2 or 3 that I don't like. I don't find them up here. I like every one of these people. No, they're great people. They're great leaders.
Maybe Emperor Palpatine, right? The Star Wars Emperor. Maybe he's on the Board of Peace. Perhaps it's one of these people, Darth Vader or Voldemort, perhaps. Russia and Israel could be on there also. Maybe. Listen to this. This is from Sky News. They're talking about the Board of Peace here.
Breaking news to bring you now regarding the US envoy, Steve Witkoff, quoted in an interview with CNBC saying, we have to go to meet Putin on Thursday. This is further comments being made by Steve Witkoff, saying that we have 20, maybe 25 world leaders who've already accepted the Board of Peace quite the details of which he's referring to is unclear, but we do know from the Kremlin's perspective that they were reporting that Putin had been invited to join the Board of Peace, which was going to have an oversight role in the following phases of the redevelopment and peace process in Gaza. The full details of that invitation as yet unclear.
What is going on? And they always say the same thing. You'll hear, oh, Trump said Putin's right or whatever. Details unclear. It's like always the same with this stuff. And you're like wondering, okay, so what's Putin's interest in this, right? Listen a little bit more.
Clear. I don't think we've had full confirmation from Washington itself, but the Kremlin had been reporting. Sergei Lavrov, foreign policy chief, had been talking about it as well. Other people on that reported Board of Peace do include some of the people that actually sat in front of you, people including Marco Rubio and also reportedly Sir Tony Blair as well, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. It appears, based on these comments that are coming to us via Reuters, citing CNBC, that Steve Witkoff's comments about having to go to meet Putin on Thursday, tomorrow, is in reference to that, because the following comments are about the Board of Peace and suggesting that there are 20, maybe 25 world leaders who have...
Okay, this is from Putin, and he's going to talk about, I guess, his interest in Board of Peace. Have a listen to this.
We could contribute $1 billion to the Board of Peace from the frozen assets by the assets frozen by the previous administration, and the remaining funds from the funds frozen in the United States could be used to rebuild territories that suffered during hostilities once we sign a peace deal between Russia.
Okay, so what I think is going on, and they spell it out for you. Well, you're talking about a couple different things. So one is they want to take over Gaza, right? Two, they want to take over Ukraine. I think you guys know this stuff. And then Putin's sort of play in this is, hey, can you unfreeze my money? Me and my buddies want our money back. Whether or not the money would ever go to rebuilding anything, who knows? I mean, this is Putin you're dealing with and Trump, and money has a way of disappearing around, these kind of people. I'm just showing you their plan here. But Putin didn't show up in Davos. I was thinking maybe he'd get arrested right away, possibly, but some people did. This is Mark Rubio talking about the Board of Peace thing.
I also want to acknowledge the extraordinary leaders that are here today. This is not just a Board of Peace, this is a Board of Action. Just like President Trump is a president of action. A lot of times people like to give speeches. I've been to many of these forums, and they're not useless, and they're not, they have utility in many cases. But oftentimes in international affairs, we often find ourselves at events where people are reading these scripted statements, these strongly worded letters that they put out.
It's funny when he's talking about being useless, and it's like, whenever these people talk, they're always confessing, right? Useless. That's a good word for it, Marco. What else you got?
But no action. Nothing happens. This is a group of leaders that are about action. And the President of the United States is a president of action, of getting things done. And today is the beginning of that, of a new era and a new stage that we think is so important as a model to the rest of the world of what is possible. And clearly the focus is right now on Gaza and making sure that the plan that's about to be presented to you here today, this vision for the future of Gaza, this vision for the future of the region, is not just possible and promising. It is our destiny if we put the time and the effort that it requires. I know this board.
And again, they want to transform it into a bunch of Trump hotels and such, and most likely kick all the people out. And I don't want to make any jokes about that. I mean, I know this is a terrible situation all around. So I just want to make sure that's clear on that. We make jokes sometimes, but I just understand though this is built on graves. Just make sure that's clear that you guys know.
This board has the chance to be one of the most consequential bodies ever created, and it's my enormous honor to serve as its chairman. I was very honored when they asked me to do it. We had an idea to do it, and then they came, they said, you be the chairman. And but I take it very seriously. We have a great group of people and incredible young people that are leading it from within. It's running beautifully, started already. And every country, just about every country, wants to be a part of it.
This is so crazy. I mean, every day when I see this stuff, I laugh at it because it's stupid. But then you realize it's like, whenever these people talk, they're always confessing, right? Whenever these people talk, they're always confessing. It's like, okay, so who is behind pulling the strings of this? Is this all Mueller's work? Is this Rubio's work or whatever? Because Trump's just an actor at this point. They just tell him, go here, go there, we'll give you a award, you get a bunch of photo ops. And the sad thing that anyone goes along with it.
I've always said the United Nations has got tremendous potential, has not used it. But there's tremendous potential in the United Nations, and you have some great people at the United Nations. But so far it hasn't. You know, on the 8 wars that I ended, I never spoke to the United Nations about any of them. And you would think that I should have. You would think they could have done those 8 wars, but they couldn't have. And they tried, I guess, in some of them, but they didn't try hard enough. But there's tremendous potential with the United Nations, and I think the combination of the Board of Peace with the kind of people we have here, coupled with the United Nations, can be, you know, something very, very unique for the world. It's for the world. This isn't United States. This is for the world.
For the world, guys. It is for the world. I want to show you this also. This is kind of an idea of what the panel looks like. They're signing stuff here. So he's got all the leaders around him, and they're signing things, and he likes to sign stuff and do the photo ops, and he'll hold up the thing, right? And everyone's gonna be clapping and happy. It's kind of exactly what you think it would be, you know? And you're probably wondering, okay, so who's on this thing? So this is from the Washington Post. It says, Trump's Board of Peace has divided the globe. Here are the participants. Okay, so I'm kind of curious. So this is literally the first question my wife asked also. So the green here would be accepted. So you got like in Argentina, Paraguay, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. So I guess Russia's invited, but not accepted. There, Vietnam, Indonesia, etc. And then you can actually see the full list here. There's not that many. And they said before, Hungary was the only country in Europe that accepted it. Israel is on the accepted list, but I don't think Israel's in attendance. You can ask Israel, I don't know. Other notable countries, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, right? Kazakhstan, Egypt's on there. Then you have some countries that declined. That would be Denmark, France, Norway, Slovenia, Sweden. Then you got a bunch of countries invited, but didn't answer, I guess. Or I don't know how you. I mean, everyone's gonna be different. Because I asked my wife Yeji about what's going on with Korea, and she just said, you know, the Korea was invited, but not really much news about that, because you don't necessarily want to make a big, you know, formal thing and piss off Trump, I guess. I don't know. I mean, how do you handle this clown show? You know, do you officially decline? So I guess the red countries are the good countries, I guess. So that would be kudos to Denmark, France, Norway, Slovenia, and Sweden. Also, you have this. This is more like the latest, and they were talking about. I can read it here. It says, as part of Trump's Board of Peace signing ceremony, Ali Shah, the leader of the U.S.-backed Committee on Palestinian Technocrats for Gaza, told attendees that the enclave's border with Egypt will be open next week. The Rafah crossing has been closed, trapping the vast majority of Palestinians in Gaza. So I think they're trying to kick out all the Gazans to Egypt. I think that's their plan. So
in Washington, from the private sector, there'll be amazing investment opportunities. I know it's a little risky to be investing in a place like this, but we need you to come, take faith, invest in the people, try to be a part of it. And then finally, I'll just talk to people on the media and on the social media, which is this deal only happened because we worked with Israel, we worked with Turkey, we worked with Qatar, we worked with Saudi, we worked with Egypt. I mean, everyone worked together. We worked with UAE. We all worked together to make this happen. I see a lot of people trying to escalate, you know, criticizing Israel or Israelis criticizing Turkey or Qatar. Just calm down for 30 days. I think that the war's over. Let's do our best to try working together. Our goal here is peace between Israel and the Palestinian people. Everyone wants to live peacefully. Everyone wants to live with dignity.
Like I said, they just want to steal the land, and Putin want to get his money back, and him and his buddies. So, you know, I know we make fun of the Board of Peace stuff, but it's always remember there are real people on the ground affected by this stuff. And this whole peace crap's a total lie, as you know. I mean, everything that Trump does is a lie, basically. So that's my thoughts on this. And yes, it is a whacked out timeline that we're on. And I'll catch you all in the next video.